Hello everybody and welcome back to Ghost Glider. The other day I released a video saying I had my biggest COD Zombies theory video yet. If you guys are going to want to go watch it, there will be a card somewhere up top right and you guys can go watch it. Pretty interesting. I hope you guys do enjoy it. I'm not going to be specifically revolving around this video alone, but today I'm going to be reading your comments. I did answer a few of these because yeah, but one that I answered specifically, the first one we're going to get into, I didn't read it right, and I don't know what I was talking about. So let's just get into it. So Banana28281 said, "Can you explain the three lost souls you were talking about? I'm very interested, and I never knew that." So in my video, I explained how there were the three lost souls, or three pure souls, that were stuck in Gorod Krovi. So in the original continuity, our main crew were stuck in a cycle. That cycle was Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3. However, in Black Ops 4, that cycle was broken. In the original cycle, our Primus crew had to go and entrap our Ultimate selves and purified their souls and sent them to Agartha. Agartha is the safe haven place. Then Revelations happened, all of them die, and our crew went back in time to stop the Great War. In our new continuity, after all of the pure souls were captured, they went to Alcatraz prison to collect the blood vials. However, things started to go wrong. So after many times of the cycle being reset, Edward Richtofen, Dr. Edward Richtofen, during the Great War, froze himself and in the exact spot where Alcatraz prison was built. That was where the cycle was broken. The last map before they went to Alcatraz was Gorod Krovi. 3 of the 4 pure souls were stuck in Gorod Krovi at that time, and they never escaped. We do not know what happens to those souls. They could be dead for all we know. The only pure soul that ever made it to Garthen House was Eddie Richtofen, who we now know to be Director Edward Richtofen. So the plan eventually goes through, and they erase themselves from every single multiverse. The original multiverse that they were stuck in turns into the Dark Ether, and Samantha Maxis and Eddie Richtofen ends up going to our new world, which is the entirety of the Black Ops series. So Black Ops 1 campaign, 2 campaign, all of that. They go back in time to, I think it was the 40s when they were kids, and they continue to live out their lives. Samantha becomes an agent, and Eddie Richtofen becomes Director Eddie Richtofen, and becomes the adopted son of Gabriel Kraft. The 3 pure souls were Hank Dempsey, Nikolai Belinsky, and Takeo Masaki, after being taken from the Ultimus crew. And before they could make it to Agartha, they were trapped in Gorod Krovi forever. So we don't know what happens to them, and they could possibly be our new crew that are going to be in Black Ops 7. Then if you could just scroll down, Bored Brony, Zombies fan, said, "I noticed Carver actually says more than 2 words in the Easter egg cutscene for Shattered Veil. Usually I see him just stand there and maybe say a word or 2 in the cutscene for previous maps." Yes, Carver had more of a speaking point and actually says F you to Dr. Edward Richtofen. But yeah, it was cool to see Carver actually speak. We didn't see Gray or Maya speak. They kind of just made facial gestures, which I feel like, since Richtofen is one of the biggest villains to their eyes, I feel like all of them should have spoken it. Now I'm in my studio. You guys probably can tell or can't tell. For 2 of my Wonder Weapon guides, Urkram Eski, I hope I said that right, said, "Thank you. That's what I'm here for. I make these guides to help you guys." And then for my Have They Not Learned from Jurassic Park, where I was talking about the dire wolves, Gorgosaurs, I hope I said that right, said at 035 of my video, they decided to bring them back for conversation, but we definitely won't have a Jurassic Park on our hands. Plus, there's not thought of bringing back dinosaurs at all. I mean, that is very... Yes, they brought them back for conversation. Is it kind of a dumb idea? Yes, I believe it was, but I'm kind of excited to see what the future comes for the direwolf. It's not a negative thing, but it's not a positive thing either. And yes, even though there's no talk of bringing dinosaurs back, there doesn't mean that somebody in the near future is going to say, "Hey, let's bring back a Gigantosaurus or a Spinosaurus or something like that, or a Velociraptor. They're cool. Let's bring them back." Now for my Easter's Traditions video, CJ's Tons of Fun said, "I'm Christian. I believe that Jesus rose from the dead 3 days after he was crucified and buried. So my mom got like little chocolates, and we have little lunch slash dinner out somewhere after we go to church and do the Easter service, and then we go back home, and then our grandma comes over and gives us Easter cards, and it has a Bible verse. But the main thing that is important is that Jesus died on the cross for our sins. Then 3 days later, he rose from the dead. So that is the Easter is about, at least in my perspective. I absolutely love that. Everybody has their own Easter traditions. That was the whole main point of that video, because I wanted to see what your traditions were. Easter is whatever you want it to be, and that's amazing. I grew up, I guess, Catholic. It's hard to explain. I don't try to get too much into it. So I definitely do. I was taught about that stuff, and I love it. That tradition is really beautiful. Now, I didn't see this, actually, I didn't see this comment until recently. Have you tried DaVinci Resolve? Astro on Spotify said this. It's pretty decent and free, and used to use it back in high school. That's actually what I'm currently using. Back then, I probably wasn't, but I just recently started using DaVinci Resolve, and it has been wondrous. In my short that said I have an OBS Studio problem. That problem is still kind of going on. I've kind of just like dealt with it for the past little while. I'm currently trying to figure this stuff out, and I did not use this stuff yet, but I do plan on doing it soon. I just didn't have the time to. But Just a Chill Guy said, okay, so something can be you plugging the HDMI cord cable to the motherboard. You don't want to do that. You got to plug it into the GPU. If that isn't it, run it and check for viruses. Now, I'm pretty sure it is currently run into the GPU. I'm not 100% sure. I have to double check. And I did check for viruses multiple times, and I think it's just, honestly, it could just be the components. The PC was built in 2016, 2017, so it could just be the components, and I need to replace them. And then there's a whole other conversation about I'm hacking the mainframe by Radiation 5, and then Just a Chill Guy replied, yes, sir, I hope it works for you. And Radiation said, it worked when I tried it, but 5 seconds later, my PC exploded, and now I'm dead. And then I replied, the ghost of Radiation 5 is talking to us. So this is an interesting one, and probably the last one I want to talk about today. So I made 3 shorts about why my lives are boring and or crazy. So the moral of the story was I didn't think sometimes my lives were either getting 3 or 4 views, and sometimes I got hundreds. Not really. I think the most views I had was like 120. Not at one point, but like periodically throughout. I explained that the reason why my streams are either boring or crazy, and the more people that are on the stream, the crazier they get, and the less people, the more boring they get. I try and be funny when nobody's there, but I also try not to be a complete idiot, because if nobody's there and someone just joins and I'm being an absolute moron, they probably think that I'm crazy. So I do that. So when people actually start talking in chat, that's when I feel like hype starts up for me, and my entertainment can officially begin. So No Big Swig said, so what you're saying is you cannot provide entertaining content without having the audience engaging you first. That's what I made it seem like. Sorry. That might be the issue. The audience comes to you for entertainment. That means it's assumed that they do not need to put in any effort, and all comments are usually guaranteed out of interest or curiosity. Also, you said that your chat is usually boring, and then you said is usually crazy. What you said isn't wrong, but what you said also isn't right. I released a beat that Eric made, and your boy Eli said, release it. Maybe. I said in my video, we'll probably never see another Simpsons game, and I explained it all. You guys can watch it. Any of these videos, you're welcome to go watch. Jake Smith said, man, that sucks. We'll never get another game. It's not likely we're going to get another game. It's not a 100% no that we're never going to get another game. But the likeliness of us getting another Simpsons game is pretty low. And then I said, why you think the newer Call of Duty games suck. This is the last one I'm going to do for today. Yo, it's Saldi said, hey dude, great video. I agree with a lot of your points. I think at one point I'm going to do a video about talking about this stuff, because I'm getting tired of the constant negativity around COD now. So in the video I said why pretty much everybody hates Call of Duty, but others don't. The reason is practically because generational switches and that people have different opinions, and some of those people like something that's new. Some people want stuff that's old, and then when Call of Duty officially brings it back, they complain, and they are really, a lot of people are two-faced, and when they have something that they want, they complain about it anyways. Then they said, if I could get a little advice from a viewer perspective, give a little advice, try and make cuts in your audio when you're not talking and stuff, just to make it sound a bit better. Otherwise, great job. Yep, I've been trying to do that a lot more. I've been listening to what you've been saying. A lot of people have been saying that, and have been trying to work on that. And with DaVinci Resolve, I'm not a sponsorship or anything, but it's a wondrous app, and I would recommend it. And there's a free version, and it has loads of good things. Again, not a sponsorship. However, DaVinci, I will be glad to sponsor you. With DaVinci Resolve, I can do a lot more than what CapCut ever let me do, and CapCut is just one big ad now, I feel like. I have been listening. I do listen to all of you guys. I do react to a good portion of your comments. Some of them don't show up, and I want to be completely frank with you guys. My phone is stupid. Some notifications don't like to show up anymore, and that's how I see your comments, is through the notifications. If I don't comment back to you, or if I don't like your comments or anything like that, then it's because my phone is being stupid. However, I try to comment back or like your posts or like your comments or anything like that, even if they're negative ones. Without you guys, there's no feedback. Like, I love your guys' feedback. I love your guys' input onto things. That's why I want to do more of these videos, because I want to engage with you guys more. I'm glad you guys enjoy my content, and for those of you that did not, thank you guys for watching. I mean, you guys are welcome to click off or dislike the video. Please don't dislike the video. My biggest thing on YouTube to do here is to entertain you guys, to help you guys, and grow a community, and it's been working. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share, post notifications on if you guys enjoyed. Comment more if you want me to do more of this stuff. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this. If you guys get me to 5 likes, then I will do another sequel to this, and it will be going over more comments. Future comments, that is. I know I said I don't want to do that. I probably will do a sequel to this anyways, but you get me to 5 likes and it'll happen sooner. Also, you guys need to comment. If you want this to happen, you guys also need to comment. Share this with your friends, and hopefully they can comment too, and let's grow a bigger community. All right? Love you guys. Peace out.